Good morning, students. I am Kanti sir, teaching mathematics, standard 10 in English medium. Today we will continue our that lesson number 2, polynomial. As you know, in last two lectures we just practiced sums regarding division. Now that division process remain continuous, but that will be used indirectly. Question was not regarding division only, but division will be used in the sum. Okay. Now before going to our topic to polynomial, I just give you few example of numbers only. Suppose you are having 105. You know 3 is the one factor of 105. You want to know other factors. Then what to do? You just divide that number by 3. Okay. So it will be 3 3s are 9 and 3 5s are 15. Okay. It divided by factor, so remainder is always 0. So you got other factor 35. Okay. So whenever you have one factor of any number, at that time you find other one by dividing it. Same way in polynomial also. Whenever you have any 1, 0 or 1 factor, at that time you find other one, means other factor, by dividing only, and that you will get at quotient only. Okay. Now out of 35 you find other 3 factor also, 7 into 5. Okay. So if one factor is given, remaining all factors, means here prime factors regarding numbers, you can find it. Okay. So just divide. After division you factorize the quotient, so you get remaining 2 factors. Now in polynomial also same thing is applied. Now one remainder theorem is there, or factor theorem is there. What is the factor theorem or remainder theorem? Understand well. Okay. That is the factor theorem or remainder theorem. If x minus a is a factor of p of x, then p of a will be c. Okay, same thing only. If x minus a is a factor of p of x, then p of a becomes 0. So now in other language, I can say if x minus a is a factor of p of x, then a is a 0 polynomial. P of a equal to 0 means a is a 0 polynomial. So if x minus a is a factor of given polynomial, then a is a 0 polynomial. I give you a few examples. If x minus 1 is a factor, then p of 1 will be 0. So 1 is a 0 polynomial. Okay. Suppose x plus 1 is a factor, then p of minus 1 will be 0. Okay. Means these both statements are same only. So I can say minus 1 is a 0 polynomial. Okay. So that is the factor theorem. Now suppose you are given 2x minus 1 is a factor, then obviously p 1 by 2 will be 0, means 1 by 2 is a 0 polynomial. How? Just find x by equalizing given divisor polynomial to 0. So 2x minus 1 equal to 0, so x will be 1 by 2. Okay. So now onwards, whenever 0 polynomial given, you understand factor is given. If 2 zeros of polynomial given, then you understand 2 factors of given polynomial are there. Okay, and if there is a quadratic polynomial, we can find directly zeros by factorization only. But whenever it is cubic or biquadratic means raised to 4, degrees 4, at that time 1 or 2 zeros should be given. Okay, so regarding cubic and biquadratic polynomial, if particularly cubic is there, 1 zero can be given. 1 zero is given. And if biquadratic means raised to 4 polynomial is there, then they give us 2 zero. Okay, so remaining 2 zero in each case we will find by dividing. So we will get here quadratic polynomial, and then after getting that quotient as a quadratic polynomial, we will factorize it and find remaining 2 zeros also. Okay, so that is the matter. Now in our textbook there is a biquadratic polynomial and 2 zeros are given. That is mostly one rule. If biquadratic is there, raised to 4 is there, 2 zeros given. If cubic is there, 1 zero will be given. Remaining 2 we have to find. Now directly start to biquadratic. First of all, we start from cubic polynomial only. Okay, so I give you first question related to that only. Okay, so if -2 is a zero of P of x, x cube plus 6x square plus 11x plus 6, then find remaining zeros or other zeros. Remaining zeros of P of x. Okay, as I told, any one is given, we can find other. How? By dividing, by division. Okay, so -2 is a zero of P of x. Okay, -2 is a zero of P of x. So I can write in other language, x plus 2 is a factor of P of x. How? Just remember, we just discussed that remainder theorem or factor theorem. At that time, if x minus a is a factor, then a will be 0, means sign will be opposite. So -2 is a 0, so x plus 2 is a factor. Okay, so if 2 is a 0, then x minus 2 is a factor. Okay, so we got one factor. So from one factor we get remaining factors. From remaining factor we get 0. So now 0 or factor are not different. If 0 given, you can say factor is given. If factor given, you can say 0 given. Okay. So now for finding remaining one, we have to divide given polynomial by this factor, just like this. Okay, I here divided 105 by 3, so 3 3s are 9, 1 5 3 5s are 15, 0. So remaining factor is obtained at quotient. So divide x cube plus 6x square plus 11x plus 6, and we divide by x plus 2. So you understand, division process is continuous till end of this lesson. Okay, so we just purely division topic we discuss in 2 lectures, but still it's not over. In each and every sum division will be there, but something is extra. Now multiply by x square, so it will become x cube plus 2x square. You can do it here synthetic division method also. 6 minus 2, 4x square plus 11x. Now 4x square x, so plus 4x. So 4x square plus 8x. 11 minus 8, 4. 4x plus 6. Okay. X cube plus 6x square plus 11 x plus 6. Okay. First of all, we divided by x square, so x cube plus 2x square, 6 minus 2, 4 plus 11x. Okay. Now minus 4x square, 11 minus 8, 3x plus 6. Now multiply by 3. Why? 3x is required from x. So 3x plus 6. Okay. We divide by factor, so obviously remainder is 0. Now actually we are not asked to find division, to do division only and finding quotient at remainder. Actually our purpose is to find remaining 0. Okay. So remaining factors we obtain. Now again that is a quadratic, so we can factorize it. Okay. So now factorize that q of x. So q of x equal to x square plus 4x plus 3 equal to, okay, it will be x plus 3 and x plus 1. Why? I am not going through that process splitting. If you try, you will get same answer only. Now remember, whenever a is 1, a is coefficient of x square, b is coefficient of x and c is a constant term. Whenever a is 1, you can directly write both factors. Again, whenever a is 1, in quadratic trinomial, you can write directly both factors. How? Just split factors or find factors of first and last product. Means last product in the first is 1 only. So 3 1s are 3. Okay. By getting addition only we get 4. We want 4 by addition of factor of 3. Okay. So 3 1s are 3. Sign should be plus. Why? We want plus 4. Okay. If you don't understand this way, you cannot find directly, then you have that method. Making bracket in place of 4, then last term sign there, then write 2 factors of first and last product. Okay. So that way also you will get x plus 3, x plus 1. Okay. So now equalize here 0. Why? We want to find 0, not factor. Factor we got. So x plus 3 equals 0 or x plus 1 equals 0. So x equal to minus 3, x equal to minus 1. So remaining 0 we got. So total 3 zeros. Minus 2, minus 3, minus 1. Okay. So write down, therefore, sometimes they ask remaining 0, sometimes they ask all zeros. All 0 means include given also in the list. So remaining zeros of p of x are minus 3 and minus 1. Okay. Again I revise whole sum first. First of all, understand question. Today's our topic is particularly regarding that one. So what is the topic? If any 1 0 or any 2 zeros are given, how to find other ones, remaining ones? So if you are given any 0, means you are given factor. Just divide that given polynomial by given factor. So remaining factors you will obtain at quotient and remainder will always be 0. Now just factorize that quotient polynomial and equalize with 0, so you will get other 2 zeros also. Okay. So that is the way. So division is in between, one process is there, before something and after something, some steps are there. Okay. So I hope you understand how to divide. That is not topic now. Now understand starting and ending. Everything is repeating. This also repeating. How to factorize, how to find zeros. Only concentrate first 2 lines. That is new. Okay. Now Same type of sum I am giving now. Okay. So just write down. This is the first term, a first sum in homework. Homework, first one. Okay. 3, only 3. 3 is a zero polynomial x cube minus 5x square minus 2x plus 24. Then find remaining zeros of P of x. Answer will be 4 and minus 2. So I am giving you answer also. Okay. Again, this is same type of sum giving you as a homework. 3 is a zero of polynomial P of x, x cube minus 5x square minus 2x plus 24. Then find remaining zero P of. Method is same only. Only polynomial and value of zero same. Answer will be 4 and minus 2. Okay. So this is the sum. If one zero is given, then find remaining zeros by division. Now we practice if two zeros are given, how to find remaining two whenever biquadratic polynomial is given. Okay. So now our next second sum is taken from example 9, textbook example 9. You just write down that. Okay, I just give half minute to writing that homework. First sum, 3 is a zero P of x, x cube minus 5x square minus 2x plus 24. Then find remaining zeros of P of x. Answer will be 4 and minus 2. Now example 9. There are two zeros given. Root 2 and minus root 2. Root 2 and minus root 2. Don't write this way. Okay, that is not real number. It is imaginary number. Okay, so minus sign is outside of root sign. Are zeros of P of x 2x4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 3x 6x minus 2. Okay, find other zeros. So here instead of 1, 2 zeros are given, otherwise nothing is new. Process is same only, just like previous one. Okay, so write that only. 2 zeros are given, means 2 factors are given. 2, root 2 and minus root 2 are zeros of polynomial. So I can say x minus root 2 and x plus root 2. Be careful here, sign should be opposite. If 0 is plus, then here minus. If it is minus, then plus. Are factors of P of x. Okay, just like previous one, there is 1 zero given, so we return 1 factor. 2 zeros given, 2 factors. Here also, we can divide given polynomial by both factors, but no need to divide it twice by 1 factor and then by other one. If there are 2 zeros, these two are a factor individually, then product of both should also be factor of that P of x. I give you one example also, same example only. 5, 1, 0, 5 was there. Factors are 3, 7 and 5. I can say 3 is a factor, 7 also factor. So obviously 3 7s are 21 is a factor. Suppose 7 is a factor, 5 is a factor, then 7 5 is 35 also factor. But remember here condition that this all should be co-prime. Means here prime are always co-prime. So that number should be co-prime. Then only we derive that result. Which result? If one is a factor, any one number is a factor of another number is also factor of same number, then product of both factors is also factor of that number. Okay, here obviously they are co-prime. Numbers there is a term like co-prime. Here is nothing is common, means no factor, SCF is 1. So always mostly they are co-prime. So product of both one will also be factor of P of X. So no need to divide it by first by this one and then by, so no need to divide it twice. Just divide once only. By what? By multiplying them. Okay, so I can say x minus root 2, x plus root 2 means product of both is a factor of P of X. Okay, so if two individually factor, then their product is also factor of given polynomial. So that becomes x square minus 2. Why? A minus b, a plus b. So a square minus b square. Okay. So x square minus 2 is a factor of P of X. So we got one factor. Now just like previous one, divide given polynomial by x square minus 2. Okay. So again I repeat the new point, new thing. If two zeros are given, two factors we can write. Just take product of both factors. That product will also be a factor of given polynomial. Now just divide. Okay. So that is given 2x4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2. Okay. That is our example number 9. Okay. Now this is taken from example number 9. Now write here x square plus 0x minus 2. We already discussed this one in yesterday's lecture, Monday's lecture. Okay. So what is this? If any missing term is there, then write that term by 0 coefficient, so that that process go in systematic way. Now I want 2x4, so I have to multiply by 2x square. Right? From x square I want 2x4. Okay, we already discussed all this process by comparing first term only. We decide the term in quotient. So 2x square into this. So now multiply 2x4 plus 0x cube minus 4x square. Okay, multiply with each and every term inside of bracket. Your bracket should be there, so that you remember that this term is multiplied by all given terms. Okay, so it becomes 4x square plus 0x cube minus 4x square. Now sign opposite. This one. Now minus 3x cube is left only, and here plus 4 minus 3 plus 1x square left. Okay, minus 3 plus 4. One term come here. Now I want minus 3x cube from x square, so I have to multiply by minus 3x. Why? Minus 3x cube. So for getting minus 3 we have to multiply by minus 3. 1x is less, so minus 3. Now multiply, so minus 3x cube minus 0x square minus minus plus 6. Okay, minus 3x into minus. So minus minus plus, and 3 to the 6x plus plus minus. This one, this also. Okay, so whatever left, x square minus 2. Now that is x square minus 2 only. If you not consider this one, then x square minus 2 is 2 terms only. So just write by 1 only, because only divisor polynomial itself is here. So multiply by 1. So x square minus 2. No need to write this one here, because that term is already cancelled. Now opposite. Minus plus. That one. Always whenever we divide by factor, remainder will always be 0. So we get remaining factors here. So we have to factorize it again and find remaining 2 0. Okay. So our next work start. Okay. I writing here. You just continue from last one. So now 2x square minus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. Why equal to 0? We want 0 of this quotient polynomial. Okay, this is quotient polynomial, not given polynomial. So now, whenever a is not 1, you have to go through whole process. In earlier sum, a's value was 1. So I have written here directly 2 factors. Now here is 2. So we have to write or follow whole process of splitting method. In place of numerical value of b, write down blank bracket, and inside of blank bracket last term sign. Now product of first and last, 2 is the 2. Now obtain 2 factors of 2, so that its sum becomes 3. Only one pair is there, 2 is the 2. Okay, no other pair, one pair only. So 2 is the 2, obviously we got 3. Now just open that bracket. So 2x square minus 2x minus 1x plus 1. Take common from first 2. So 2x is common. So x minus 1 left here. Now according to third term sign, take minus common, and nothing is common, so take 1 common. So x, only x, and 1 remain 1 only, because nothing is common. But sign will be opposite. This third term is minus, so become plus. Fourth term is plus, become minus. And both brackets we obtain equal. So our process is right. Now that factor is taken common, so here left 2x and here left minus 1. Now just compare them with 0 one by one. So x equal to 1 and 2x equal to 1. So x equal to 1 by 2. Okay, so remaining 0. So write down now statement. Therefore, remaining zeros are 1 and 1 by 2. Or all zeros are root 2, minus root 2, 1 and 1 by 2. So all 4 zeros we are having. But they are remaining 0. So write down therefore remaining zeros are 1 and 1 by 2. Final answer should be in statement. Okay, don't stop whenever you get it. Answer is always expected in statement only. Okay, so keep in mind this thing. So again, process is same. You just see here 2 factors are given, 2 zeros are given, 2 factors. So according to 2 factors we get product, and that product is also factor of given polynomial. So always divide by product, not individually 1 by 1. No need to divide it twice. Okay, only 1. Okay, then just like previous one, factorize quotient polynomial. From quotient remaining 2 zeros will be obtained. Okay, so this is the example number 9. You can verify there also. Now second homework. Second term. Okay, root 3 and minus root 3 are zeros of x raised to 4 plus 2x cube minus 6x square minus 6x plus 9. Then find other zeros. Okay, so homework second sum, you just write it down. Just like second sum, second homework. If root 3 and minus root 3 are zeros of p of x, x4 plus 2x cube minus 6x square minus 6x plus 9, then find remaining 3. Okay, answer will be minus 3 and 1. Okay, answer will be minus 3 and 1. Okay, so we just solved two sums in today's video lecture, and two sums only given, just like that in a homework. Okay, so this sums are long, so be careful and solve both sums in a homework. If you are not getting answer, then try again. Okay, don't waste time in finding mistake in your working. Instead of that, just start from initial step only and solve it again.